Please.
Please.
All right, please turn to the front of your Rockhound flag, which, if your number's right, is on page 87 or somewhere thereabouts.
My numbers are right.
I don't need your comment. Page 87, front of your flag. Okay, look under where, front of your flag, guys. Front of your flag. Hannah, front of your flag. We're looking at our learning goals, our I can statements. Let's see. Ed, since you've been not here for a while, you want to read all 3 I can statements for us?
Sure. I can identify and describe the physical properties of common minerals. I can describe and explain the role of minerals in the formation of rocks. I can identify the 3 categories of rocks and how they are formed.
Okay, we have 3 I can statements this whole little module. What we're going to do today is we are going to do a Nearpod activity. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to a different website and we're going to read through some things, answer some questions about the 3 different types of rocks and how they're formed and different features or characteristics of each one. So if I'm going to go to if we are all going to go to a website and read about the different types of rocks, I want you to turn and talk with your partner. Which I can statement, number 1, 2, or 3, do you think matches the activity that we're going to do today? Okay, turn and talk with your partner, please.
Miss Nash, I don't know. 2? I think it's number
2. Really?
It's like about. Yeah, it's like about. Physical, it is common, how they form, and the formation. What do you
Okay. Everyone, eyes back here. I really like what Tyler was doing with he and Roman were talking about which one. What do you see Tyler doing on his I can statement? He's using those reading strategies we talked about of underlining and circling keywords and phrases. So Tyler, I heard you talking to Roman. Which I can statement do you think matches the activity that we're doing? The third one. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do we agree it's the third one? I even like what Devin said. He said, well, when we made that chart, we wrote 3 types of rocks, and categories is another word for types of rocks, right? Okay, we are correct. You are correct. Good job. We are going to be focusing on that third I can statement. So I need to write it up here on our flow of the day. Excuse me, guys. And because I don't have a whole lot of room, I am going to switch out that word categories for types because I like how you found that was a synonym. So someone want to read it to me? I can what? Let's see. Aiden, one person. I can what?
I can describe. Wait, no. I can identify the 3 categories of rocks and how they are formed.
I'm going to write 3 types so I can have a little bit of room.
You need to write THREE for 3.
Thank you, Grammar Police.
Yeah. Hey, grammar defines it. Oh, no, it doesn't.
You are correct. I should spell it out.
Wait, because it's under the because it's under the number 10. I was going to say. That's what I just said. Grammar runs the
Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is I have you already put, Madison, if you're talking, you can't hear what we're going to do. I already have you put into 3 groups. And you are going to go somewhere. I'm going to give you the iPad. Each group gets 1 iPad. So I'm going to have you go to a table. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables. And then the 7th is the horseshoe one. So I'll just tell you where to go. You need to take your notebooks with you. You need to take your pencil. Go ahead and flip to that chart that we created, the types of rocks chart. If you need to fold your notebook back on itself, that's fine. Otherwise, you'll have the table you can spread out on. Yes, Tyler.
Are we going to do the same parties that we did, like our show?
No, it's different ones.
Oh, the same ones.
It's different. Okay, I will tell you in just a moment if you want to get there. Okay, when you get with your partnerships, eyes up here, I'm going to name off your partnership, or group 3. You're going to go to the table I tell you to. You're going to log into Nearpod. Do you remember how to log into Nearpod?
Yeah.
Someone, refresh my memory. How do we log into Nearpod?
You press the app Nearpod, and then it will ask you to sign in, and then
which is this right here. Okay, QNEKO is our sign-in code. Log in, and then when you're ready, I will be able to tell on the computer. Okay? They're at the horseshoe table. Roman, Hannah, and Aaron with an A. You are at this table. Aiden, Ed, and Caden. You are at this table. Malia, Madison, and David.
Where's our?
I'm going to put you guys over here. Leah, Dylan, and Nijara.
Come on this side.
Devin, Allison, and Nathan. And then Catherine, Carrie, and CJ. We'll visit a webpage where you can read to identify characteristics and examples of each kind of rock, type of rock. Sedimentary, metamorphic, or igneous. Do we have those written somewhere?
Yes.
On the chart in front of you. Okay. What does the top of that page say? Write down the information. There will be a quiz. Prizes may or may not include Class Dojo points, bear paws, or mints. You will have 7 minutes to read and take some notes on each type of rock. Now remember, there are 3 of you in a group. Work together. It shouldn't be all Nijar doing the work and then Leah and Dylan here having a party. Okay? That's enough, Nijar. That's enough.
We're gonna win.
Use your time wisely. You have 7 minutes once we get connected to the site.
Okay, symmetry rock, metamorphic rock, and sedimentary rocks are formed.
If you put it that way, place it on the middle. So all of these can see. There we go. I know.
If we use tension, you have to get the answer. Yeah, we do. Wait, Miss, you made up the things, don't you? Points, from an article of sand shells, pebbles, and other fragments of material. Okay, I'll read it and you guys say it.
There we go. You're connected.
Yeah, okay, so
Freeze.
this is not funny. They want to always take. Alright, no. Okay, everybody write this down. Tell me when you're writing down. CJ writes that. No, we all write this one. CJ, you write this one. I write nothing. Okay. You write that one. Oh, cinnamon rock is soft. Fairly soft. Alright, you write that.
Remember, it's notes. You don't have to write it in complete sentences. You just said it's what? It's the regular soft.
Why did I write Alright, soft. Did you rate your thing? And break. Wait. Break apart. No. I'm supposed to be ready. It's my turn. I need your change the occurs due to intense heat and pressure. Occurs.
What's your notes? So actually, you could do that.
Okay. Now, I need to wait. Okay, so no, we're not done. So fairly soft. I read that. Examples of this rock type don't report in start with you guys. So already wrote that. Together also Alright, I'm gonna try to work on this. Actually, magma, lava.
Very good question, Catherine. Can you guys answer that first?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Magma is like something
Under the ground, and when does it become lava?
when it
When it comes out of the volcano, so it's the same stuff, just when it comes out of the volcano, it changes. I like how Adrian pointed at me, meaning that, hey, stop talking, you're supposed to listen to Mrs. Nash. Very good job. As we're going through the questions, if you hear something and you did not write it down, write it down. There is not a highlight. I don't think this has a highlighting. I don't think so.
Can we answer it?
Yeah, no, this one doesn't have a highlighting. All right, first quiz question. For mints, bear paws, and or class dojo points, but I think you guys were more excited about the mints. Okay. Talk with your group. Which type of rock is formed under Earth's surface due to a change from intense heat and pressure? Mark it with your group and send me the answer. I can see what you're saying.
I think it's metamorphic. Remember? Ribbon-like layers made out of surfaces formed by minerals.
I know the answer.
Is it in this one? No, I think it says igneous rocks are formed when magma pours
It was correct. Oh, and I like how Dylan just, if you look at the bottom where it says your answers, if you scroll up, you can see your answer you chose, and it tells you if it's right or not. Okay. The correct answer was what, Catherine? Metamorphic. Oh, Catherine's giving me explanations. Listen, stop with the
I
celebration.
think it's metamorphic because it says formed under the surface of Earth.
Okay, so it says formed under the surface of the earth. Was there another?
Heat and pressure.
Heat and pressure. Very good. Excellent job. Okay. So far.
In mine, it says formed from sand, shells, pebbles, and other fragments.
Everyone is answering is hardened.
Yep.
Steve, we're waiting on you. All right. Give me the evidence. Give me the evidence. Bounce off. Leah, sorry, give me the evidence.
Under that part, I put
Which is what part?
the igneous. We put sometimes the. How do you pronounce the M word? The magma.
Or magma?
No. Yeah.
Magma.
Will cool inside of the earth, and other times it will erupt on the surface from volcanoes. This is because it's called lava.
Okay. So you saw the keywords magma and lava there. That's what you had written down. Okay. Going on.
Bubbles? It's sedimentary. It's sedimentary. It says everyone right. Myler's answered. Wait.
Okay. Evidence, please. Dylan, give me the evidence.
Rocks are made with sand, shells, pebbles, and other
Which rocks?
and
Sedimentary. Okay, do you want to add on to what he said?
And it says sand and pebbles may be cemented, and the sedimentary pebbles are made out of them.
Okay, very good. I like how you were using it. Good job, guys.
We got
Next. This picture shows ribbon-like layers, which can be seen in gneiss. That word is pronounced nice, not gneiss. The G is silent. Gneiss, a type of
No, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. Hold on, I wrote it down. It's metamorphic. It's metamorphic.
I told you guys to take notes. Excellent. This group was smart to write down those examples of rocks that were given on that page.
Oh, I can just say examples. No. Whatever.
I like the layers usually when they think not glass. Talk to your group.
This picture is you see here, it's shiny glass-like surface, shows that it's a type of, I think it's but it says shiny.
Double M, David, and little C's. Waiting on you. Double M, David, waiting on you.
What about on bedrock? Is that what the double David? Look like shiny and glass-like.
Oh, he just said, I saw it in the text. David, what kind? And he pointed to it right here. Shiny and glassy-like. What type of rock is that? Igneous. Thank you, David, for sharing where you found it in the text. Good job.
Are you sure? Maybe sediment? It says like sand shells. Are you sure, Sydney? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, false in the front. This all depends on
Evidence, please. Evidence, please. Matthew, evidence.
In
Listen to
segment
Matthew.
2, from the article, well, whatever it is, we wrote it. It said that it contains that sedimentary rocks contain fossils.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Bravo! And she's done. Oh, you're supposed to recap fossils. One that was a capital. Sorry. Limestone. Yes. Bada ball, baby. Wait, the last answer was
Three thumbs up when your group has finished the fill in the blank.
Actually, did you realize it was yeah, because I did. Yeah, other fragrant materials. We got 3 out of 3.
Okay. Devin, take a seat, please. This group is trying to finish working, and if you're shouting, they can't hear each other. Okay, super. Sit down.
We're gonna win.
Excellent. Good job. All right.
Some may have shiny crystals on them.
Yes!
Bubble face. Bubble face. Who is not done? Okay, so everyone should have their score. When you hit close, it'll show you back again. CJ, can you read to me the correct?
Metamorphic rocks often have ribbon-like layers of some may have shiny crystals on their surface.
Nice.
Huh?
It's pronounced nice.
Nice. and marble, 2 examples.
One we put the nice for because it had a capital.
Oh, I like using your strategies to know that
There's
there's
a
a
capital C
section.
putting in the beginning.
Volcanoes because it says formed under the surface of Earth. Yeah, I put formed under the surface. After a volcano eruption, because volcanoes erupt.
The igneous rock.
Look like
Shiny
What happens to a chocolate bar when it gets very hot? It
melts.
The same thing happens to a rock when it is heated enough. Of course, it takes a lot of heat to melt a rock. The high temperatures required are generally found only deep in the earth. The rock is pulled down by the movement in the Earth's crust and gets hotter and hotter as it goes deeper. It takes temperatures between 600 and 1,300 degrees Celsius to melt a rock, turning it into a substance called magma, which is molten rock, melted rock. Okay, so see the side where it says select animation, click on melting, and it'll show you. Okay, click on melting, and it'll show you metamorphic rock turning into magma. It gets super, super hot, and then it melts and becomes magma. So one way that rocks could change is if they what?
Melt in the
Melt.
lava.
Okay, and not necessarily, they're not lava down there, they're inside the earth, they're what? Okay. Okay, on to cooling. So they can change by melting, they can change by cooling. What would you do to turn a melted chocolate bar back into a solid? If you're following along, you should not be talking. You'd cool it by putting it in the refrigerator until it hardens. Similarly, liquid also turns into a solid, a rock, when it is cooled. Any rock that forms from the cooling of magma is an igneous rock. Magma that cools
Quickly.
forms one kind of igneous rock, and magma that cools slowly forms another kind. And you don't need to know the differences between the two kinds, so I'm not going to read that part. But click on cooling. Dandelions rely on, what do dandelions rely on to separate their seeds, carry them, and deposit them elsewhere? The wind. All objects on Earth's surface are exposed to the
Wind.
along with many other elements, water, the sun, and
Temperature.
changes. Over time, these factors wear objects down and
Break them.
very good. The resulting bits and pieces of material are called sediment. Sediment is then transported, which means carried, by wind and water, often ending up
Where it started.
These processes of breakdown and transport due to exposure to the environment are called weathering and erosion. Weathering and erosion affect all rocks on the Earth's surface. What was the key there? It affects what? All rocks. So remember from Sawgrass, eyes on me, weathering, well, she taught you that the weathering was the breaking apart. I think of weathering as the breaking apart because of something hitting it, whether it's the wind, another rock, something, tree roots, thank you. Erosion, stop talking. Erosion, remember, is when it gets carried away. Okay, weathering, erosion, and then there's deposition dropped off.
The erosion of weathering's cool.
Okay, we'll talk about that more in a couple weeks.
No, the picture thing.
Yep. Okay, select the weathering and erosion picture.
Wait.
I don't know.
See it breaks.
I don't know.
What if it was obsidian? It would be falling down. It would be going down.
Exactly. And so you can
Go back and see. I did that
going back to our slag, the front of our slag, please point to the I can statement that matched what we did today. Point to it. Let me see you point to it. Okay, Malia, since I'm not there, can you point to the I can statement that we wrote on the I wrote that you guys want me to write on the board? Okay, David, can you read that, please?
Yeah, it says, I can identify 3 categories of rocks and how they are formed.
Okay, the 3 categories are we wrote types because categories and types means the same thing, and I didn't have enough room. Okay, I can identify the 3 categories or types of rocks and how they are formed. So think about everything we just did in our Nearpod activity. I would like you to turn and talk now with your, instead of your normal struggle partner, turn to the opposite way. Turn to a different partner. Someone near you, instead of turning to your right, like you normally do, turn to the other way. Okay, someone near you. Catherine and Ed talk. And Catherine, oh sorry. David, Dylan, Catherine, Matthew, 3. Eyes on me. Whatever. Okay, talk about how, if I'm asking you to do this reflection in a minute, how might you talk about this activity and how it helps you answer that I can statement? Okay, turn and talk to your partner. Dylan, turn to Catherine, please. Turn your body to Catherine. I'm not worried about you.
And that's how they form like that. Oh yeah. They form like that. So if the water goes like that, and then they go like that, and they go like, and then the rock would red, big rock, which is centered like space. No, just like that's what they do to like start a new cycle. No crystals form where the rock looks shiny. Alright, we are done.
Yes, as good happened when you're writing your reflection. Aiden, who did you talk to today?
CJ.
What did CJ say? Not what did you say. What did CJ say?
He said that we could write about how igneous, metamorphic, and
Sedimentary.
are how they are formed.
Like, can you give me an example of how they're formed?
Igneous is made out of cooling magma.
Cool magma. Okay. Ed.
Yeah.
What did you and Catherine discuss? Oh, sorry. What did you and David discuss?
We said that back here how it would help us with our
I like how you're pointing to that I can statement, our reflection. Yeah. Okay.
because it talked about like the sedimentary rock, the metamorphic rock, and the igneous rock. And that's the 3 categories, and it tells us like what they are.
Okay, so you could look at that chart and then use that and give me some specific examples. If I asked you to use specific vocabulary, what might be some specific vocabulary words we should make sure we include, Roman? And I like how you're looking. Catherine, you just look to where? Where's our vocabulary? On our board there. If you need that vocabulary, it's right there on that board. Okay, but what are some specific words, Roman, you were thinking you really wanted?
Rocks like
Sedimentary, igneous, metamorphic.
Melting.
Melting.
Cooling.
Liquid hot magma.
Erosion.
Weathering. Compacting.
Pressure. Weathering.
What?
The O word.
Obsidian?
Yeah.
That's the type of rock. Okay. How are you going to show me in your reflection that you're using your vocabulary? Highlighting it. Don't forget that. What would be our source today? Let's see. Dylan, since your back is completely turned to me, can you turn around and look at me and tell me?
It would be that Nearpod.
All right. Our source. I'll write it up here even though I'm not singing. Dylan, Devin, I don't need you to sing it for me.
Can you write down source? I kind of have it.
You just said you don't need to say it.
You can just say Nearpod activity would be your source today. Okay, if you're not sure how to start your reflection, because a lot of you like to use
In the back of our today.
Where at? Show me. In the back of your science notebook, Madison's pointing out right here, we have Examples of science notebook starters. So you could use, a lot of you like to use the general today I learned.
Wait, Miss,
Okay.
I like to use I discovered and
I discovered and I
Can we do
learned.
in the Nearpod?
In the Nearpod activity. Yep. Okay. All right, one more thing before we go to do our final reflection. Please turn to your success criteria for rock hounds.
I don't think I used that. I missed that.
Point 2, that last I can statement that we focused on today says I can identify the 3 types of rocks and how they are formed. Point to it. Today's date is 3/5. Yesterday when we started, most of us felt like we were at level 1 because we had no idea. Now, if you feel like you've moved up a level, go ahead and mark today's date. If you feel like you're in the same level 1, then just write today's date in level 1 too. It's fine. I don't need your conversation right now.
Miss Nash.
I don't need your conversation right now. Probably not a 4. If you go from a 1 to a 4, that's quite a big
I
jump.
went to a 3.
Maybe.
I went to a 3.
Let's say 3 and I'll come talk to you, okay?
I was at 1 to
I don't need you to tell me I can talk to you. I want you to mark it right now. Voices off.
Yeah, it's my first date.
Yeah, because you weren't here yesterday. That's fine.
I could teach.
Go ahead and date all of them, since that says what we just did.
I said.
The third one, I can identify and describe, or sorry, I can identify 3 categories of rocks and how they're formed. That should be the one you're looking at. That's the one we focus on all day. Write the date where?
On the side, on the line, on the little line.
And the margin, not on the top right corner. So I'm going to write my date, 3/5/15. Okay? Once you have your date written, you may go back to your original seat and start doing your reflection. Silent reflection. Individual silent reflection. You don't need to talk to move to your seat. Trust me, you can walk without talking. Yep. I'll be coming around in just a moment. Reflection. Okay, Tyler. Can you explain to me why you think that you're at a level 4 now?
So when we were doing the year,
You already started doing this?
Yeah.
Let's see what you have so far. So you learned about sedimentary mineral continuous rocks. Okay, so you listed the 3 categories. The second part, though, is how they're formed. Okay, so talk to me about how they're formed. You can use your notes.
the form, sedimentary is formed by sand particles, shells, pebbles, and other fragments contained in other fragments.
Okay, what happens to these fragments?
Fragments they push together and they form a sedimentary rock.
How do they push together? You're still not sure on that one?
No.
So would you be at level 4, maybe 3, or maybe even 2?
No.
Can you tell me how those sediments are pushed together?
They're pushed together by the
There's nothing wrong with being at
By
level 2,
the
honey, because
wind.
level 2 means somewhat comfortable. You know some of it,
Yeah.
but you know all of it.
No.
Okay, so I would even let you maybe put like in the borderline of 2, 3, maybe 2.5 today.
Okay. Wait, Miss.
Hmm?
I'm a 3 on.
Right, finish doing more of your reflection, go a little more detail. I'll be right back to look at what you write.
Okay.
By the website, when you do your reflection, don't waste time just writing the briefing I can't statement, answer it. So what are the 3 types of rocks that you know? Okay, sedimentary. Okay, so write those down. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe how one of them is formed?
Sedimentary rock is formed
Okay, so you said sedimentary. Igneous. And metamorphic. Alright, when I walk away, I want you to choose one. Or you can choose more. Okay, which one do you want to choose? So, how would this one? Right, that's what I have to write right here. Okay. Is anyone doing a diagram to help with theirs?
No.
I was.
Are we allowed to do
both diagrams?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I heard it.
David, let me see what you got here, buddy. I know. I'm just helping you remember, okay? Don't forget to go back and highlight your work up too, okay? Did you feel like you moved up today? You did? Excellent. So you went from 1 to a 2, and I think your reflection showed me you went to 2 because you gave me the 3 types, okay? And you're still just a little confused on how they're all formed. Okay, write to me about what you know. We got the types done. Categories. Then we go from my same show to those other fragments process. And I know you're still in the process of writing this, but what happens with this? Still in. Do your job. You don't have to necessarily talk about all of them today. You're going to stop for a minute.
Can I talk about all of them?
You see what you've got.
That's only second entry.
Okay. It's not the final reflection. Just give me a little blurb.
That's only second entry.
Okay, that's fine. And by same partition, they're pushed together to form seven. Okay, they're pushed together like this. What do they form?
That's not the first two.
Yep.
Wait, what did you say?
They build up on each other and they form what?
Layers? What was it? Like red ribbon?
Wait, Miss Nash, is fragments?
Okay, take the time. You did not need to write about all of them, guys, because that's not a final reflection. Finish whatever thought you have. Take the time to cite your source and highlight your vocab. And then go ahead and put your notebooks back. And you're going to need your math notebook when you're over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.